Now, we can hear you now. All right, please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Michael McCoy, 434-588.
All right, Mike, you heard the introduction. We have a parole interview. We'll ask some questions. You can respond at the end. With you make a statement, we'll take a vote. Boyd, DOC number 434-588. You're a first class offender. Parole eligibility date 8/1/2021. Good time date 7/7/2034. Full term date 6/12/2040. 40-year sentence, attempted second degree murder. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. How old are you, Michael?
49,
How long have you been incarcerated?
22 years.
And what do you currently do there at the facility?
Kitchen work.
Work in the kitchen. Do you, you have a GED or high school diploma?
Yes, sir.
What do you have?
GED.
When did you get your GED?
That was, I think it was, what was it? 16.
16. What grade did you drop out of school in?
11.
Why'd you drop out?
Dropped out. I had got into a fight.
Cutting up? Were you using drugs or cutting up, or what was going on?
No, sir. Wasn't using no drugs. Just got in a fight.
When's your last disciplinary write-up?
Haven't had now in over 10 years.
You've been in for a while. Tell me what kind of classes you got. So you got your GED. What have you been taking? What kind of classes have you been taking?
The class I tried to get in here was Banking for a Change, but they said I wasn't gonna be able to make it because I was going up for parole.
Have you taken any class? I don't see where you have taken any class.
Oh yeah, I tried to get it. I took anger management in Wynn in 12.
How long ago was that?
That was like 16 to 2016.
So anything else? Did you take anything else?
That was the only two, anger management and 12 step.
You trying to get them thinking for a change.
Yeah, they said I wasn't gonna be able to make that.
Why is that?
He said because I was going up for parole and I wasn't gonna be able to finish the class.
I mean, I'd encourage you to get in whenever you can get in something, get in, especially thinking for a change. That's a good one. That's probably a class you need to get you. So what's your plans? Where you gonna go? What you gonna do?
I plan to live with my sister, and I got a job waiting on me out there right now. Janitorial work.
Doing what?
Janitorial work.
Okay, janitorial.
Mm-hmm.
You on work release right now?
Work? No, sir.
Just working in the kitchen.
Working in the kitchen. I've been working it up 2 years.
Tell me what was going on with you about your crime. I mean, this is a significant crime, terrible crime. Tell me about it. What happened.
The crime?
Yeah.
Crime.
Get in there.
Crime of passion. Crime of passion.
What does that mean?
I mean, I just, you know what I'm saying, it was just, I got jealous, you know what I'm saying, couldn't stand to be, let us, see with somebody else, that's just jealous. That's
What have you learned about yourself? What again, not taking any classes, how you know you don't get out and be jealous of somebody else?
Oh no, sir. After 22 years, during this kind of time, you know what I'm saying, hey, I learned, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you gotta let go, you know what I'm saying, you gotta leave all that alone.
Right, but I mean, have you taken any class to understand about your triggers or what causes you to act the way you act? Or are you just thinking about yourself, but you hadn't taken any formal classes to learn about that, right?
I took anger management, that's the only
Yeah.
one.
Okay, what'd you learn in anger management?
I mean, you gotta have a cool head. Sometimes you gotta just let everything alone. know what I'm saying? Let it go. You know what I'm saying?
How you do that?
You know, you cool your temperature down, you know what I'm saying? Just let go. Walk away from the situation.
Okay. You have children?
Have 3 children, 2 girls, 1 boy.
You have any contact with them?
I hadn't heard from them in over 10 years.
None of them?
I've been talking to my son. I talked to him about 2 years ago.
Okay. And these children with different parents, different mamas, same mama?
Same mom, same one.
That's the one that was involved in the incident?
No, no, sir. No, sir.
Okay. All right, I don't have any more questions. We'll hear from Miss Marilyn. Go ahead and make a brief statement, Miss Marilyn.
My name is Marilyn Adger. I am Michael. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I am Michael McCoy's first cousin, and I feel that Michael has done 22 years and he should have and probably has learned from his mistake. He's from a good family. Michael is Christian oriented, and I feel that he should be given a second chance and that he will be well because there's lots of family out here to support him.
All right, thank you so much. Miss Tony,
Yes, good morning.
morning.
I'm Michael McCoy's sister, Tony McCoy. I've had lots of communication with Michael by phone, by letter. I sends him in all the money he needs, and I do have a place waiting for him when he get out. And the job he was telling you about is from a church member of mine that help homeless people and people that's been in prison. And I feel he's learned his lesson, but it's all kind of programs out here, anger management and different things he can take too. And I know he won't be bothering his victim anymore.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll hear from Miss Stephanie Stinson. You're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
I can, sure can.
Okay, good morning. I'm the
Morning.
victim in this case. And it since this incident, it affect me mentally and physical. I still have medical issues. I still have a bullet in my back, which is close to my spine, and instead of it be traveling. I also went to the hospital on last month to get me some x-rays, and they told me it had been traveling. And I still have no trust in no guys since this incident. I'm afraid when Michael get out, he'll still try to find wherever I'm working at. Since he been incarcerated, he has been writing me letter. I have reported that, and I'm still afraid of my life when he get out. And I'm still having issues. Like I said, I'm still having medical problems. Still have bullet in my back. I work and I can't lift over 50 pounds. And it's still affecting me mentally and physical. But I
Yes,
have
ma'am.
my family to support me. And
Thank you so much. Thank you for your comment. I'm so sorry. Thank you for your comment. We'll hear from Sandra. Sandra, want to speak? A brief comment, Miss Sandra?
Yes, the sister of Stephanie Stinson in this incident. With this here parole that came up today, before this incident, Michael have always been in a domestic violent relationship with my sister. not just that day. He had always been. She had got pregnant. He beat her so. She had a miscarriage. I had to go and help my sister move out the house while he wasn't there, just to get away from around him. She was afraid of him. She always had been. I wanted to call the police, but she was afraid he might do harm to me. I stayed not too far from them. We did get her away from him. He said it was calling, stalking her, calling her job, almost got her fired. And she constantly was calling me and my mom. I'm the only sister. And we are afraid. When we got this letter, my family is afraid. We have grandchildren, we got teenagers, we got to look over our back. In this society where we living at now, we have so much crime here now that we're trying to keep our head above water. My sister's not well. Very, very bad trust issues. I'm the only sister she has to depend on because my mom is passed. And we are worried. We're afraid, sir. We are very
Yes.
afraid.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Too. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mike, would you like to make a statement on your behalf? Michael, would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
That's it, sir.
That's it? Okay. All right, Pat Road, I'll vote first. Michael, sounds like you heading in the right direction, doing a lot of good things. Look, I'm concerned. I think you need more classes. I will make a note to say something to them there. You need thinking for a change, living in balance. I would, take anger management again, victim awareness. Those are all important. You have law enforcement opposition and victim opposition. My vote is to deny you parole today. Mr. Renato.
Mr. McCoy, congratulations on your GED in 2016. I know you must be proud of that, and I am too. I agree with Kelsey. I think you could benefit from some more programs, particularly victim awareness. When you were asked about the crime, kind of made light of it. And as you can see from what we heard today, it's still having an impact. So my vote today is to deny for those reasons and the opposition that's been expressed here today. But good luck to you.
Ms. Pearl Wise.
Sir, I do want to appreciate you for when all this happened, within 3 months, you had pled guilty. You didn't put her through no more in the criminal justice part of the system. I appreciate you for doing that. That was really good. But my vote is to deny too. You really need a trade. You need to get more programs, right, and request to get moved to where you can get a trade and get more programs. Best wishes to you, sir. But my vote is to deny.
All right, 3 votes for tonight. Today, your parole's been denied. Good luck to you. It is 10:08. We'll adjourn.
Well, that was an interesting comment by Miss Wise, and I say that because we have an appeal for his sentence that Richard shared. Now, he did plead guilty, and I guess that process moved 3 months really quickly. But he took a plea deal. Somehow everything moved fast, and then he did appeal the sentence, but neither here nor there, right? We'll go into the details of the crime. You heard the victim get up there and bravely speak. You also heard our classic Kelsey say, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and cut her off because that's what he does. And it disgusts me, frankly. This is her first opportunity to speak when this has happened. So it's been 20 years. Let her finish her statement. And nonetheless, she's throwing out a bombshell that he's writing her. The least they can do is reprimand him. Say something. Don't write her again. I want to hear you say you're not going to write her again. Mr. O'Shea would probably have done something like that. But anyways, so here it is. Defendant was charged with stalking and attempted second degree of a former girlfriend, entered in a plea bargain with the state in exchange for the state dismissal of stalking charge. Defendant pled guilty and attempted murder charge. They say in exchange. I mean, I wonder what the sentence legislation is for stalking, but it's funny that that's all they dropped. The district court sentenced the defendant to 40 years at hard labor without the benefit of parole. And I guess because of Act 122, he's allowed parole. I'm not quite sure. On appeal, the defendant challenged his sentence as excessive. Finding no error, however, we affirm. I know, how do you... So, the matter of record shows that after his girlfriend Stephanie broke up with him in May 2000, the defendant began following, harassing, and threatening to kill her. And this is why when you hear people say this, you should take them seriously. They mean it. She has a bullet coming closer and closer to her spine, which is what we heard her talking about. Imagine living with that, not knowing if one day it will just, you won't be able to wake up. You won't be able to move in the morning. On June 12, 2000, the defendant obtained a .32 caliber revolver and told several family members that he intended to do something. Later that day, the defendant staked out her her place of employment, and waited for her to arrive. When she spotted the defendant, she spotted the defendant. So she pulled her car around the back of the building and honked her horn to be let inside the locked rear entrance. This poor woman sees him. She goes around the back and honks her horn so she can get in. But he followed her behind the building and approached her while she was still in her car, firing 1 shot into her hands and 3 shots into her lower body. I mean, he intended to kill her. When questioned by the police, the defendant said that he shot Miss Stinson because he wanted her to feel as much pain as he had felt. During the sentencing hearing, the defendant stated that Miss Stinson had leaned over to reach for a knife, which he admitted that he did not see when he approached her. So he went back to his vehicle for a gun and shot her. We have seen a lot of pretty bad statements, and this one's up there with them. Wow, that's exactly what happened. She went for a knife, and that's how you went back to your car and got your gun. On appeal, the defendant argues that the district court should have given more weight to the mitigating factors of his lack of a criminal record and the fact that he was relatively young at the time of the offense. Whether a sentence is pretty remarkable. You go from 0 record to that, huh? Whether a sentence imposed is too severe depends on circumstances of the case and the background of the defendant. Sentence. And defendant, he was 27 and unemployed at the time of the offense, intentionally committed a dangerous crime and endangered a human life without just cause or provocation. Defendant has sporadic employment history, has completed the 11th grade, and is of sufficient age to realize the consequences of his actions. The defendant claimed that his relative youth, I know at 27, how is that youth, mitigates the seriousness of his offense, is specious at best. There we go. The matter of record shows that the defendant talked to Miss Stinson for a protracted period of time, made several threats to kill her, and laid in wait for her on the day of the shooting. The sentence imposed is neither grossly disproportionate to the severity of the premeditated offense, nor under the circumstances is it shocking to our sense of justice. There is no showing of the manifest of abuse of the district broad discretion, therefore is no constitutional error. It is quite remarkable that at the age of 27, with no record, you go and do something like this. Like, what makes you snap? Really? I mean, a girlfriend, really? Because she broke up with you? Really? And it's just terrifying. It's just so scary. And what's scary is to think that he could be getting out soon, and that is dangerous. Well, this hearing took place in 2022, May 2022, and his good time date is 2034. And this wasn't the only. Richard has a note that he had actually beat her. So maybe I missed that in the hearing. Pretty bad to have a miscarriage. So he has a violent history. He just was never caught, it seems, according to that testimony. It's scary. 2034 is 10 years away. With that, I'll let you go.